everyone, it's Alexa Ariel, and today I'm bringing you a speed build here in Oasis Springs. I wanted to make like a big modern family house, but I wanted to try something different. So in a minute you'll see here that I add on like a diagonal part to the house, which was really hard as far as like decorating goes. Oh my goodness, it was so like difficult, not so to say difficult, but it was weird to like place items in it, but you'll see that in a minute. Oh, and one thing, in this video I just put the building of the house, and in the next video I will do furnishings. Like this house took like forever to make, so I didn't want to make the video too long, so I separated into two. But as you can see, there is like the diagonal part of the house, which I mean in the end it looks like amazing. And this is like a really narrow house, so I added like 3 floors, and like the bottom floor is like a just the entryway, and like it has like a rec room, and then in the second floor we have the living room and kitchen, and then the third floor will be where the bedrooms are. This is a house, I did it like I wanted there to be like a gender neutral room, so if you want to have like a son and a daughter, they can be in there, or if you want to do a daughter and a daughter, son and son. So that's how the rooms is, because there's only like 2 bedrooms in the house, so I made like the second bedroom like big enough to have 2 Sims living in there. And so in the video right now I am building a balcony for the second and the third floor. The front balcony is where the children's bedroom will be, and then the second balcony, the bottom one, is comes off the living room. So I wanted to like add pieces that like poke out of the house just to break up the wall, because as you can see it's kind of like just straight lines everywhere. So I add that to like I think the 2 walls on the side and then another wall, and I thought that was really cool. It added like some nice architectural features. And here I'm deleting the walls because I wanted to extend the balcony to kind of wrap around the house, but not too much. So, and then I did this, and I thought it looked pretty cool like to have it like that, but I didn't want to do that, so I just delete it and I just keep my extended balcony idea. So yeah, I thought this house turned out really good. I usually don't build like houses, and when I do, they're not all that great. But I wanted to try something different, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. So this is the house that I went with, and now I'm showing you. Okay, so I delete this little wall thing. I don't even know what that was about. Oh, I was gonna extend the balcony up further, but instead I just insect the bottom wall so it kind of hangs over. And then I am adding another pull out. This is, I think, where I had the other pull out wall. Yeah, see how like everything like on the diagonal was so weird to build. Like, oh my goodness, it took forever to just figure it out, like figure what things I needed to do and what pieces I needed to have in it. But in the end I figure it out, and it comes together very nicely. And so this side of the house, that's like where the sun is like shadowing over, it was so weird. I kind of don't like it still, but it's not that bad, but it's just, to me, I don't like it that much. But we deal with it. And so I delete the little top part of the house, even though, because it was like, I don't like, I wish the constrained floor elevation sheet was still in, because then I would have added some more, like a thicker roof to the house. But since I couldn't do that, it, like you see, like it's just like a really like flat surface, and I didn't really like that. So I ended up deleting like the overhanging part of the roof. And so then now it's just like an open balcony. Like, don't sit out there in like the middle of the afternoon because you will get sunburned. Most definitely. I can't wait till they add the seasons. Oh my goodness, I'm waiting on that. Some guy did a mod where it added like the snow. It added a snowy texture. They did one for the new stuff pack for the outdoor retreat, and it added like he added like a really snowy texture, and like the trees were all snowy and stuff. It was so cool. Like, I have to show you guys when my Sims go on vacation. Like, it was so cool. But anyways, I'm adding a foundation which I get rid of because I didn't really like it in the end. So yeah, just disregard the foundation. Okay, what are we doing now? I think I'm adding some more trimmings to it. I go in the end. I go with this black trim that y'all will see later, and it was all right. Now looking at it, I don't know if it was the best decision, but it's not bad. It turns out good. It turns out good. So now we're painting the house, and I went with like this white color. I knew I wanted it to be like really white, kind of ultra modern look. Oh, I cannot talk right now. Ultra modern looking. So I go with like this white texture, and then I add these stone rocks on the outsects. Is that what's it called? Outsects, insect. On the parts that's poking out of the house. I really need to know like what the word for that is. Okay. How am I going to be using stuff and I don't even know like how to say it. But anyways, I add the rocks, and I thought it looked really good in the end. Like, it looks very clean. It has a lot of lines in it. Very dynamic. But yeah, I keep adding the rocks, and I added to all the insects. I went with like the two different rock wallpapers or stone wallpapers. And this is here is where I break up that long line in the inside of the house because it was just weird. It was too straight. So yeah, I added a little outset part of the house. Please leave in the comments what the word for that is. I don't know what to call it. Like, I just pulled out the house. I don't know. Okay, but here's where I add the black trimming, which it looks really like bold right now and really harsh, but after, I mean, it's not that bad. After I add like the windows and all that, it turns out like really, 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 really good. So yeah, I add like this black trimming to the house, and it would take me a while to decide because I wasn't sure what color trim. I mean, the white was fine. That one's fine too, but I just wanted to go with something a little bit bolder. So that's when I go for the black. I actually was looking for like a dark brownish color, like a really deep brown, but I could not find one. So right now I'm adding a fence. I wanted it like the fencing area. I want it to be like a outdoor like front patio where you can sit and all that stuff. And then I wanted to have like a backyard part. See how I wanted to do like a covered outdoor patio. And so I was gonna go with this tall fence, but it was kind of weird, so I ended up going with this shorter fence that kind of like matches the style of the house. And then I add the fencing also to the back of the house, which I thought looked really good in the end. And so next, I'm still doing that. I think next I do the flooring. Anytime now. Okay, I guess not. I think we do the foundation actually. I get rid of it. It just looked weird. And like for some reason when I was drawing out the fence, the foundation like went with the fence. It was really weird. So I just get rid of it completely. And I'm waiting, and then this is where I get rid of it, finally. Okay, so now I'm looking at it. The house really does turn out really good. I like how the white fence kind of wraps around the house and it like goes with it. Like as far as like the white, it adds another element to it. So I thought that was really cool. And I think right here is when we put a different wallpaper, because I thought the white was just a little bit too different from like the rock. So I added like a creamy-ish tan color. And this actually matches the fences a little bit more. And so I do that all around the house. And now you can really see the house start to come together. Like, I was really excited. I really, really did like this house. Well, I do. I still do. I do like this house. But that wall, like this, that long wall right there was just so weird. I honestly didn't know what to do with it. Okay, so I'm still adding the wallpaper, the stucco wallpaper. I wish they'll come up with some more colors for that. There's a lot of like a deep brown stucco, and like there's just so many other colors that they could have added. But anyways, this is where, am I adding windows? No. What am I? Oh, okay. I'm adding the fence to the top of the balconies because you don't want to fall off those. Your Sims will die. So I added the white fence to the top of the balconies, and this is where I make this balcony part bigger. Oh my gosh. Okay, so disregard that. Okay, but I added a balcony to that part. This will be off the master bedroom. So I added a balcony, and it overlooks the back patio, which I thought was nice. And it just adds another feature to this back wall that I just can't seem to find anything to do with. But yeah, okay, so I add the dark trim to it also. I thought it looked really cool. And so next, I think I do flooring next. I finally do flooring after I add this trim. There you go. And so, yeah, I mean, the black trim isn't that bad. I think it looks pretty good in the end. Especially with all the windows and, like, the doors. It just looks fantastic. And I wanted to do, like, a black trim up on this stone pillar that I put. But it just looked weird. I was like, no, this doesn't even look right at all. I mean, it was all right, but it was just, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. So I ended up deleting that black vertical trim. And so, next, what are we doing? We're still doing the trim. The trim took me forever to do. I didn't know what color I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted to put it. It was just so, like, ugh. That trim was aggravating. Okay, but now we're doing the front entrance of the outside patio. And I decided to go with, even though I was going to do like a rock, like stone pathways and stuff like that. But it was like too much gray, I felt like. So I ended up going with this darker wood that you'll see here in a second. And so you can see it as like, I wanted the front patio to be like kind of like an entertainment space. So it's big and it extends. So here's like one of the woods. I was going to go with this one, but I felt like it was too brown. And so I ended up going with this dark wood. Here it is. Which I thought looked really cool. And it really contrasts the house like perfectly. So I add this. This is where the back patio would be, of course. So I add the black trim all around this area. And in a second, you'll see that I didn't just want it to be like a solid straight line wood texture. So I turned the wood texture, like I rotated it so the lines will go horizontal instead of vertical. And it adds like another dynamic to it, which I thought was really cool. And in the corners, I like rotated the little pieces. It was so weird. It was so like, it was so detailed. I just wanted to make it more detailed, basically. So I like rotate them so they'll be in like a little square itself, which I thought in the end looked really good. And so I do that on like all the corners of the back patio, and then I also do that in the front patio. But you can see that I'm doing it now. You kind of can't see because the house is like shadowing that area, but in the front here. So this is where, and it takes forever. You see, I'm just like, oh my goodness, I didn't know which way to like rotate the little triangles. But in the end, I finally get to work, and it looks pretty good. So yeah, you can kind of tell what I'm doing. See how it becomes like a square within itself? I thought it looked good. So yeah, I do that on all the corners of the front patio and the back patio, and it took me a while to get it done. It was so tedious, but it looked good. So I was like, okay, job well done. But I still continue to work on this. It took forever, but you can kind of see it. If you download this house, you'll be able to see it more. It's just like the lighting was kind of weird. I could have switched it to afternoon, but I like the morning lighting more. I thought it looked really cool. I liked how it's like a more dimmer orangish shade to it. So I stuck with that lighting. And so I thought, oh, save time. I'm constantly saving my game. I know we have an autosave feature, but my autosave was weird. Like, I had exited out of my game one time, and then I thought the autosave feature would like work, but when I went in, like, nothing had saved, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, you guys are getting me. But anyways, now we're adding a flooring to the balconies, and I wanted to go with a concrete floor. And so I go through like all these concretes. I mean, some of them looked really good. I think this is what I'm going to go with in the end. No, actually, we go with this lighter one. I thought it contrasts the dark wood really good, like exceptionally well. And I was going to go with this darker roof. I was like, nah, I'll stick with the light roof. Thank you. And now I think I start doing the doors. Yeah, okay. For the doors, I wanted to do like a really dark wood. That's like what I had in mind. And I was actually looking for a black one. There's like no black doors. Like, it is so weird. Like, I wanted to do a black door. I guess I have to download some custom content. But I was going to do this dark wood and silver chrome doors, but in the end, I didn't like the dark finishing that it had. So in the end, I go with like these chrome windows that I thought looked so good. Like, it really did contrast the house, and you'll see it in a second. But yeah, I mean, the dark wood was okay, but I thought it was too brown for like the black wood that I had. So yeah, here's where I add like the chrome windows and doors, and it looks amazing. Like, I really did like it. I thought it added like another detail that was really cool. So I add that to all the windows. And there's a lot of windows in this house since it is like a modern house. I wanted a lot of natural light to seep into the house. So I add some really big windows, as you can see here, all around the house. And then where I'm adding the windows now, that is going to be like I'm going to put like flowers and stuff in there. On the second floor, obviously. Okay, so now we're adding more windows, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is where I add. Oh, no, it isn't. I lied. This is where I'm doing the windows for the diagonal part of the house, which is really weird. They wouldn't turn. It took me forever to get them to turn, but in the end, I do. And so I keep adding windows around the house. Windows, 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 windows. And I thought it looked really weird. Good. Really weird. No, it doesn't look weird. Okay. So I'm adding more windows. Windows, windows, windows. There's so many windows in this house. But in the end, it looks really good. It looks really clean. The chrome was like a really good choice. I'm gonna have to start using that color like a lot because I liked it. And so I added some more stone to the house, and right now we're doing the interior. And so in this bottom area, like this front entryway, that's going to be entryway. It's going to have some seating or whatever. And then where that little room is on the side, that would be a bathroom. And then where the diagonal part is will be like a nice rec room that will lead out into the back patio. And so I'm adding these stairs, which are just simple stairs that are just tucked away on the side of the house. That's why there's no windows there. So, because I was going to add windows to the side, but since I added the stairs there, I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And right here, I wanted to make the house a little bit bigger. I felt like it was a little too, like, small. And so I was going to, like, drag it out. But in the end, I don't like it. Like, it's not, it was just too long then. So I was like, nah. So I go back to what I had before. Yeah, it was just too weird, as you can see. And so, and this top part, oh, Lexus, what? And this top part, we will have the master bedroom and then the kids' bedroom. In the front will be the kids, and then in the middle that I'm building now will be a bathroom, and this back area will be the master bedroom, which it looks really good in the end. Everything looks good in the end. That's what I keep saying. Word of the video, in the end. Okay, I cut off the stairs right here. I wanted to add I didn't want to do like a fencing around the stairs like how some people do it, but I just add some walls. And right here I'm deleting everything that I just did because I wanted to go back to the shorter house, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So in the end, I just drag it back to what it was. And thank goodness for these like move wall things. I mean, you did have them in The Sims 3, but I know in The Sims 3 I rarely use that feature, but now I use it like all the time. I'm constantly moving walls. I'm constantly moving rooms. It's really cool. Certain aspects of it is really cool. Okay, so what do we do next? See right here, this is where I was gonna do I was just gonna open it up, but I was like, nah, I'd rather have my garden there. And see, I'm adding the windows, and you'll be able to see into it, but it's not gonna be completely open to the living room. And so, and this back area will be a bathroom. The third bathroom of the house. I wanted to add a lot. I know, like, when I'm playing The Sims, like, I hate just having one bathroom in the house because, like, The Sims, like, they will not use the restroom if someone else is in there, of course. So you will always have to wait on, like, each Sim that's in there. So I always try to add, like, I always try to have at least like 2 bathrooms, so all my Sims will be able to use the restroom when they need to use the restroom. Like, I've always done that. So yeah, there's the first floor bathroom. And another save. Save your games, people. You don't want to end up with all your stuff deleted. Let's just say that. Save your game, especially if you use mods. Like, if you're using mods, you have to save. I found a way to like keep track of my mods. Like, for my folder, like I separate the mods by like what their category is. Like, don't just throw like your mods into like the mod folder. Use subfolders. Like, please use subfolders, because like when you're stacked with like a bunch of mods, like you will not know why you download that mod. Like, you're like, what is this? I don't even know what this is. And like some modders, they don't like properly name what the mod is going to be. So make sure you use like subfolders. Like if you have shirts, like I categorized mine like female shirts. I put all those shirts in one. Objects, all those, sleepwear, all those in one. Like make sure you categorize it, because it becomes a huge mess, especially if you're constantly downloading mods. So just a word of advice. Like in The Sims 3, oh my goodness, I was so horrible with mods. In the end, I just had to delete everything. I had to reinstall everything. It was just bad. So right now, we are adding the interior wallpaper. And I wanted to find like a deep gray color, like a really dark gray color, but I really couldn't find one. So I ended up going with this lighter grayish color. And this goes all throughout the house. Since I wanted to stick with like the modern theme, I wanted to keep like the wallpapers and like that really simple. And so, oh, I'm intersecting this wall. I'm intersecting what? I'm fixing this wall. I love all those windows in this master bedroom. Like, it looks so cool. I didn't add any curtains to the house just because, like, if you have these big windows, why would you just cover it up, you know? So I keep them open. And so I'm just fixing up the third level. I think it's a really good space. And I use this dark tiles for all of the bathrooms. Like the top floor has the darkest tile, and then the bottom floor has the lightest tile, which I thought looked really cool. But oh, then I do my feature walls. Now I was gonna do like this brick, like the feature wall I choose goes all throughout the house. Like I didn't do like different wallpapers for each room. I wanted to do like the same one to keep it simple. So I was gonna do this rock and then this brick, and now I'm doing these wood panels. I go through a lot, and I really did like this dark wood, like a dark wood, but I felt like it was too much blended with the outside. So in the end, I go with this light wood right here. I go with this one, which looks really good, and I added to all the walls in the house, which I thought looked really cool and really pretty. I thought it was a good mix, especially with the outside being like so modern, you know? So I add this dark, and it goes good with the windows too. Like some, like if you have like certain windows, like a window color, like some wallpapers just don't go with it. And this wood texture really went with the chrome windows. So I continue to add it all throughout the house. Even in the bedrooms, I didn't do any like colored feature walls, like pink wallpaper, blue wallpaper, which I usually do, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to stick with this brown wood texture. And so, yeah, that's what we go with. And I think we do flooring next, which I wanted to do a concrete floor, since it was like a really modern house. And I love concrete floors. I want to have concrete floors in like my apartment. Not to say my house. I mean, if I do live in a modern house, of course I'm going to want concrete floors. But as far as my apartment goes, like I would love to live in like a high rise, you know, downtown. That's my dream for now. But yeah, I go with like these concrete floors. And I was going to do a lighter color, but like the dark really contrasted well with the light wood and the light wallpaper. So I change it. This one actually looks pretty good, but I wanted something darker. This really looked good, but the lines were like, I wasn't too keen on the lines. So I go with this one, and this is like a textured, as you can see, there's little holes in it. It's like a textured concrete that I thought looked really cool. So in the end, I go with that, even though I keep going back and forth with that light one. And I put this all throughout the house. Like there's no other flooring. I use this, and I use like a bunch of rugs. And yeah, it contrasts really well. So this is the end of the video. Next episode, I will be doing the furnishing of the house. So stay tuned and I will see y'all all next time. Bye.